Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Monday, the second day of March. Today is World Teen Mental Wellness Day, which is a good thing. It's also National Banana Cream Pie Day. Oh, my goodness. It's one of my faves.
I love banana
You know who
cream
makes the very best banana cream pie?
Me.
Yeah, you. You don't even have to, pretend that it's somebody else. You know it's you.
I know it's me.
She does. She makes it darn good. If you ever get a chance, have Heidi make you a banana cream pie. Also, National Old Stuff Day. Well, that's just a nice way to say, everything I have, pretty much. It's just old stuff. And National Read Across America Day. It's Dr. Seuss Day. It's Theodore Geisel's birthday. We not too long ago, saw his home. We were driving around on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills.
He does not live on Rodeo Drive.
Was that where it was?
Off of Rodeo Drive.
I was thinking it was on Rodeo.
In Hollywood.
Oh, speaking of Hollywood, it's a Movie Star Monday. We've got
it is.
AnneMarieJohnson joining us. She was on I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka.
I loved that show.
9 million TV shows, everything from Into the Heat of the Night to Matlock to just a ton of stuff. Going to chat with her in just a bit.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com, a group of MIT scientists. That means they're smart. Mm-hmm. They have created an artificial intelligence system that can handle asteroids on a collision course with our planet. So they basically created a computer that will tell us what to do if an asteroid's coming towards our planet.
Okay.
So, I remember watching this movie. Everything, it all worked out okay, except for maybe not so much for Bruce Willis.
A couple of guys.
Everybody else
had
did
some
it.
issues.
It's kind of interesting that they're even thinking of that. But, I suppose I'm glad they're prepared. Thank you, guys. Thank you, men, women, everybody that's involved in that project. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. According to police in Alabama, they were left shaking their heads when a wild multi-state car chase ended with the guy finally getting out of the vehicle, and he was wearing a shirt that had kind of a naughty word across the front of it, dumb, and then the second part rhymes with grass, but that's not what it said.
Okay.
There was no GR.
One of my dad's favorite words.
Yeah, I know. One of the males was wearing that shirt. Two of the men taken into custody, believe it or not, under the influence. I know that's a shocker. It says here they crossed state lines into Alabama, crashed into a store. They were arrested at a local Wendy's, facing drug charges and charges of receiving stolen property. And greatest mugshot ever. This guy wearing a shirt that says right across the front.
That's awesome.
Exactly what he is.
I mean, if you're going to go down, you might as well do it with some style.
Yeah, why not make national news?
That's right.
I'm just saying. Aim high. Thanks for listening. This, by the way, is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Netflix. You ever heard of them? Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. We have Netflix.
We use that, yeah. They are going to rank the popularity of their shows now in a push towards transparency. They were being criticized for not releasing ratings. So before, you just scroll through there. But here's the thing. In the past, they always had a thing that said, what's popular? So
yeah, there's a section that says most popular.
But now apparently it's going to be rated based on exactly what is number one and exactly what is number two. Now, there's some people that are not thrilled about this. People who have shows that are not as popular. They're like, who's ever going to scroll down to see mine?
Right.
In 10,000th place. There's a bazillion shows to watch.
I can see that.
Trust me, you don't want to get stuck on those series. We've gotten sucked into so many, and then it's like 3 a.m. We're like,
we should really go to
go to sleep. And then like all weekend long, we're like, we need to get a life.
I haven't even showered.
Yeah, the late Kirk Douglas left about $80 million, most of that fortune to a charity, which is really cool. And there's also a thing called Belingiga. I don't know what it is. They produced a fake news broadcast for Fashion Week. It's some fashion brand.
Okay.
And they did like this fake newscast, and it's got people all fired up. So
okay,
it's going to do it for big screen, little screen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A North Carolina television reporter accidentally turned on Facebook Live and reported a snowfall, completely oblivious to the fact that he was being portrayed with googly eyes and dog ears and as a wizard. So there's like filters. So he's trying to be all serious, like, he's like, we got a snowstorm, we got this really important, and meanwhile he looks like a goofball.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
So I'm not a fan of those filter things.
I think they're silly.
And it's like, I just don't get that. And there's a friend of mine who does videos, and she always has this one where her eyes are huge and my mouth is huge, and I'm like, I don't get it.
I don't understand it.
I don't know why you do that. But I'm like, then I met her in person once. I'm like, wow, her eyes really are huge. No, I'm just kidding. That's not really the case. But imagine if you don't know somebody. And some of the filters are weird.
Nobody thinks that those people look like that.
Here's what I would say. There's some filters that are weird. There's one that like makes you look more chiseled. Because when I click, I was flipping through there, and there's one that like it makes you have like a squared off jaw. So instead of me having like this double chin and like these chubby, pinchable cheeks, I looked pretty masculine. I was like,
did you save that photo?
Yeah, I did. I got it. I snapped the photo. I'm going to send it to you. She's my wife. Amazon opened a cashierless supermarket last week in Seattle in an attempt to speed up the checkout process. Yeah, that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They're just trying to speed up the process. Not save money or nothing, just speed up the process.
I would think theft would be a pretty major problem.
I'm sure it's going to be.
Nobody, I mean, was there a guard then that looks at everybody's?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. At the end of the day, if Amazon loses their tail on this, they're probably still going to be okay, and I'm not going to lose a wink of sleep because I'm not going. So, Amazon also announced plans to sell an animatronic Baby Yoda that makes 25 different sounds. So
who needs something like this?
I don't know. According to a new study, 2/3 of all smokers will die as a result of smoking. Another study says 3/3 of all of us will die from something. So just want to make sure I added that in there. By the way, I'm not condoning smoking. I'm just saying, I don't think there's a smoker alive today that didn't realize it wasn't good for them.
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
The education
You're telling me
out there.
This ain't good? And more older Americans are using marijuana and other cannabis-based products. New research published just last week says the number of U.S. adults over 65 nearly doubled in a 3-year period, at least who say they are.
Right.
We no idea what's happening in people's homes, unless, of course, you have an Alexa or Google, whatever those things are. Then they know exactly what you're up to. We happen to have one. A 3-year period went from 2.4% in 2015 to 4.2% in 2018.
Okay.
And one last story we've got time for. A trail runner in Washington State broke his leg, and he thought he was doomed if he just stayed there to wait for help. So Joe Ollendorf crawled for 11 hours after he had already run for 12 miles, and eventually the Coast Guard found him and airlifted him to a hospital. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
He broke his leg and then had to drag himself for 11 hours through the snow and the mud and the muck.
Oh, my gosh, how horrible.
This is why I don't run, by the way. That's,
yeah, that's why.
That's the reason. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
It's another Movie Star Monday, this time with Anne-Marie Johnson. You might know her from many TV shows like In the Heat of the Night, Days of Our Lives, Jag, That's So Raven, Melrose Place. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Also, one of my wife's favorite movies, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. We love that. It's really, really funny. And she's got a new program on the Oprah Winfrey Network called Cherish the Day. We've got Anne-Marie Johnson on the line, and this looks like a fun show.
Yeah, Cherish the Day. It is a wonderful limited series that premiered on the OWN network, Oprah Winfrey's network. 8 episodes. Each episode follows the day in the life of a young, vibrant couple, newly, falling in love, and the trials and tribulations. Each episode follows them for 24 hours. It's a unique tool to use to tell a beautiful love story.
So the program Cherish the Day, is this based on a true story?
No, it's not based on a true story, and it's Ava DuVernay knows how to tell a story, and both biographical and non. And she and Oprah Winfrey had a vision to highlight the love between two people who happen to be of color. And we like to, hashtag Black Love, and it's just, it's relatable to anyone regardless of race or sexual preference or age or socioeconomic position. It's just truly good old-fashioned storytelling done with unique and modern tools for the viewing audience. So I'm so honored to be a part of it.
That is fantastic. You've had a chance to be a part of a lot of programs that are household names. When people think about some of the things you've been on, In the Heat of the Night, In Living Color, Melrose Place, Jag, and then also some movies that everybody's had a chance to see as well. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I got to tell you, in our household, that's one of our favorites, by the way. Down in the Delta, a bunch of fun stuff. So when you look at your career has spanned several years now, and a lot of big
You can say it.
projects.
You can say it. You're allowed. Several decades. You can say it.
I'm just saying, a lot of big projects you've had to be a part of. So that's got to be really cool to look at your career and just say, this has been kind of neat.
Well, here's the odd part. Actors, or specifically, I never look at it that way because I'm still auditioning and I'm still out there and trying to get jobs. But it's only when I get to do interviews such as this that I really get to reflect, because I'm reflecting with other people. And I'm reminded of projects that I haven't thought about in years, and it just brings me a lot of joy to know that some of my work is memorable. It just, it makes me happy.
So you've been on so many amazing programs. Is there any one particular show that people mention to you the most?
It really depends on where I am in the country. If I'm in the southern region of the country, it's always In the Heat of the Night. If I'm in the eastern region of the country, it's In Living Color or Girlfriends. If I'm here in my home state, it's anything. So it really depends on where I am at a particular time.
That's really awesome. Now, let's get back to Cherish the Day on the Oprah Winfrey Network. When can people watch this program?
So Cherish the Day is on the OWN network, which is Oprah Winfrey's network, if you don't know so already. And it's on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. And it's an 8-episode limited series event, and it is beautiful.
So we can catch it like tomorrow on Tuesday?
It's on currently. I think this Tuesday, tomorrow night, will be the 4th of 8 episodes. So fortunately, OWN reruns the episodes, or you can stream it, the episodes that you've missed. But to catch up. But tomorrow night we will be airing the 4th episode, at 10 o'clock.
That is fantastic, and I'm going to throw a link to the info in our show notes. Also, if people would like to follow you, are you on social media as well, Anne-Marie?
I try not to be, but my publicist forces me. So I'm on Twitter. I'm on AMJ Loves LA.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Again, the program is called Cherish the Day on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Sounds like fun.
Thank you, and you have a great day.
Absolutely. And once again, our guest today has been AnneMarieJohnson. She's been our guest for this Movie Star Monday. You can also find her on television on a bunch of TV programs, but currently on Cherish the Day on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I've got a link to the current episodes, and you can get all the information in the show notes for today at JohnAndHeidiShow.com. Thank you for listening to this Movie Star Monday.
Do you have a lucky shirt? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has several lucky shirts to wear next month for St. Patrick's Day. Or if it's a really lucky shirt, you can wear it every day. Green shirts, four-leaf clovers, Irish sayings, and more. Don't wait. If you order your lucky shirt right now, it can be here in time to wear for St. Patrick's Day. Find t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nutmeg could be fatal for some people. It says a dash of nutmeg in pumpkin or a little eggnog can give some extra flavor and a lovely spice scent, but too much nutmeg can be toxic. It says 2 to 3 teaspoons of raw nutmeg can induce hallucinations, convulsions, pain, nausea, and paranoia that could last for several days. Fatalities are rare, but they have happened.
Well, who takes
I
2
don't
to
know.
3?
I'm just
That's
saying.
a lot of
That
nutmeg.
sounds like some sort of terrible idea for like a new millennial challenge, and I'm not encouraging that. It's a bad idea. Did you hear fatalities can happen? So don't do it, but wow, that's a weird fun fact.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, some news headlines. Actually, a news headline from somewhere in this world. I still haven't changed that in the show notes. I have that little bold headline on here. Mm-hmm. All I need to do is take 1 second to put a news headline. Dateline Wales. A baboon escaped from a vasectomy surgery at the zoo there and fled a South Wales lab with 2 female monkeys. What do you think that baboon was up to?
One last hurrah.
Like, okay, we're going to take care of this. Where did Bobo go? Oh, where did those 2 go? Well, they're going to have a fun weekend.
Oh, man.
A very true news headline from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. An Alaska-based airman was punished for reportedly urinating in an office coffee maker.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. This is the one that I said I was talking about, and I was saying how yucky it was.
That's absolutely disgusting.
And then she was asking me, what do you... I said, I'm not telling you till we get on the air. No. The incident was reported in a newsletter written by a legal office for the joint base there. February 13th is when all this happened. It says some of the details remain a mystery, but at least it was reported, because it was like they had to report this person.
Man, I hope they bought a new
dereliction
coffee
of
maker.
duty. Says for failure to refrain from urinating in the office coffee maker. What? What? Who does this? Due to his actions, he was reduced to Airman Basic, the lowest enlisted rank in the USAF. The airman also received a reprimand, although it was not clear what that entailed, according to this website. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it, and I think I'm going to just stick to water for the rest of the day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. A Manatee County, Florida man was arrested after threatening his neighbors with an AR-15. He found some tire ruts in his yard, and 66-year-old Michael Boston became infuriated. He didn't like the fact that somebody ripped up his yard. He blamed a neighbor, and he went over to fight with the neighbor. He began yelling that he was going to shoot that. Well, I'm not going to say on the radio because we'd lose our license. So, and he says he went and got his rifle. Another neighbor who saw him approached the home with a gun called the police. He was arrested, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. Because he said, I wasn't really going, I was trying to scare him.
Right.
I wasn't going to do nothing. I was just trying to scare the guy.
I don't blame him for being angry.
I
You don't
would
want
be
people
upset,
driving
but
through your yard.
Don't bring a gun for that.
No.
Just come over and say, hey, don't do that. You guys don't drive through my yard. I'm not driving through your yard. Like, don't do it.
That's not going to stop it.
But I'm saying, if you're nice, it could stop it. You show up with a gun, I guarantee you they're not going to be pals now. It's going to just get worse.
I don't think they were probably pals to begin with if they
It's
were
gonna get
driving
worse.
through his yard.
Guarantee you, going to get worse. This is today's Moment of Duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up just to trick you and amuse me?
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. Fake news or Florida? Pasco County, Florida man arrested for auto theft after he broke into an unmarked police car with 2 deputies sitting inside of it.
Florida.
Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Yes, we did talk about this.
We did talk. It's been a long time
It has
ago, but
been.
I do remember this one.
Yeah, some guy
An
wasn't
idiot.
really thinking all that clearly. If you come across a story that you think is just too good to pass up, you can submit that through our website, JohnandHeidiShow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to JohnandHeidiShow.com. Again, JohnandHeidiShow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. Guess what, Heidi?
What's that, John?
I think this is good news.
I think this is probably good news, too.
Yeah, it usually is. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. And we're going to head to Missouri for this. I think this is just neat. Missouri hunters donate nearly 350,000 pounds of deer meat to the food banks. So they'd gone hunting and they, got this deer meat, and instead of saying, hey, we're going to keep it all for ourselves, they donated 348,535 pounds to the food banks.
That's awesome.
I think that's really cool. It says they donated this through Missouri's Share the Harvest program, which provides lean, healthy venison to help hungry Missourians.
That's amazing.
And it's really cool. I didn't even know this was such a thing, but it's really, really neat.
Do you like deer meat?
I do. If it's
Do
done,
you?
yeah, if it's done right. Growing up, we were hunters. I grew up in South Dakota. My dad was a deer hunter. I went deer hunting. I never did get a deer. I went one time. I had a license and I didn't get him. So
maybe it's just the idea of it for me. I
get away with it.
can't maybe get past. I don't know.
Well, we'll have to try. I know you have. My brother has brought deer meat.
Yeah. Do you see me sitting around munching on it? That's you guys.
It's sure tasty. Picking my teeth with the antlers. No, it's not. It's just like any other meat. Anyway, this program is a cool program. I've got a link to that in the show notes for today. If you want to read all about it, you can find that at JohnandHeidiShow.com. I'm just thinking how ridiculous our conversation was just there. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.